You are listening to WRUULP, Savannah, Georgia, 107.5 FM, WRUU.org. We are Savannah Soundings, community radio with global soul. Hi, my name is Keith Baudry, and I am here on the Spectrum Sci-Fi Show this Friday, March 3rd. Actually, at this moment, I am physically at GnomeCon 2017 in Pooler, Georgia. I am there as a vendor today. That started early this morning at 9 a.m. I've been there all day, hopefully having a good time. Hopefully. We'll see. I've done a lot of preparation for this upcoming event, including coming up with bookmarks and stickers and all kinds of products, like books to sell and comics to promote. And yeah, so I'm hoping that'll be a good time. It's going to be the first big event for Spectrum Sci-Fi. And I hope to maybe run into someone, a listener there. That would be cool. I'm going to be promoting this show there. Right on. Anyway, today, the Nintendo Switch released. Nintendo Switch, Nintendo's newest game console, with the ability to function as both a handheld and with a simple docking motion, turn into a TV standalone console, separate console for your home entertainment center. And then you can pull it right back out and bam, it's a handheld again. Amazing little piece of tech. You can pull your controllers out, reconfigure your controllers in all different sorts of ways. Nintendo's new console came out today for $300. There are some hidden costs, though, I've seen. We'll talk more about the Nintendo Switch, about the launch lineup of video games, and maybe a little bit about like a wish list of things we'd like to see on the Nintendo Switch during its lifetime. But before we get into that, I'm going to jump into this next episode of the 1950s radio play Dimension X. That was me imitating the echo effect on this intro. We're going to jump into this. This episode's title is No Contact. I have no idea what it's about. I do not pre-screen these. I know they're clean because they're from the 50s, so they can be played, no problem. 50s radio would never have aired any kind of bad language. Maybe something a little bit sexist. Now, if I hear that, I will point it out. I like to interrupt these radio plays with little bits of news and things like that. If you'll be listening, that's what you'll hear from me. And today we're going to try to focus on Nintendo Switch. I am going to mention a little bit about maybe Logan, maybe some new trailers for Guardians of the Galaxy and Alien Covenant came out. Horizon Zero Dawn has received some great reviews, a game for the PS4. Anyway, yeah, let's jump right into this radio play. I hope you enjoy it. I'll be here. Dimension X.
Adventures in time and space, told in future tense. Dimension X. Can you predict what will come in 100 years? Or in 10? Or in the next minute? Can you see beyond the known dimensions of time and space into the unknown Dimension X? It was in the year of 1982 that spacemen first discovered the Great Galactic Barrier. In the past 10 years, rocket travel to the moon and the nearer planets had become commonplace. And then men fixed their sights on a more distant star, the remote planet known as Volta. 5 exploratory ships went out, and none came back, each in turn disappearing mysteriously at the same vanishing point, an invisible wall somewhere in the vast outer reaches that became known as the wrecker of spaceships, the galactic reef. And yet, the explorers refused to admit defeat. It was on June the 2nd, 1987, that the rocket Star Cloud made ready for takeoff, the 6th to attempt to crack the barrier and win through to Volta.
Now hear this. Condition blue. 1 minute to blast off. Now hear this. Condition blue. 1 minute to blast off.
Bridge to nav control.
Navigation, Collier.
This is Captain Thorson. Ready, Lieutenant?
We're ready, Captain. The course is in the integrator for takeoff at 1200 hours.
All right, stand by for acceleration. Bridge to engine room. Fire up your rocket chambers. Take off at exactly 1200 hours. I'll read you off. 30 seconds. 29. 28. 27. 26.
Condition red.
Hold it. Revoke all orders. Who turned in that alarm?
We've uncovered a stowaway, sir.
Stowaway where?
Hiding at sickbay. Dr. Spitzlin found him.
Have him brought up to the bridge. Engine room. Kill your rockets. Stand by.
Thorson, this is Colonel Harrison at ground control. What's holding you up?
Trouble.
What's the matter with you?
What's the matter with you? There's stowaway aboard.
Stowaway?
Yes, I thought your men were supposed to police this base. What's the
All
matter
right,
with you?
Captain, take it easy.
You know what this delay can do to us, don't you? 1 minute late at takeoff can throw us 1,000,000 miles off course. We'll have to reintegrate the whole works.
Well, look, how long do you think it'll take?
Don't bother me for a while. I'm busy here. Stupid idiot. Come in.
Here's your stowaway, sir.
Now, court martial. Charlie.
Can you use a good radio man, Skipper?
Oh, I see you two have met.
Matt, the Skipper and me made 50 trips to the moon together. Didn't we, Captain?
Charlie, if you wanted to come along, why didn't you volunteer?
I did, Skipper. They turned me down.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, acceleration bends. They said my arteries wouldn't stand another trip.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
But they're wrong, sir. I got one more good trip in me. Now, listen, Captain. You know these green kids don't know the first thing about space radio operation. Now, you put a man like me on, and I'll be getting you bedtime stories from Mars.
Well, you know the regulations as well as I do, Charlie. I can't take you much as I'd like to.
Colonel Harrison will murder me for this.
I'm sorry, Charlie. I've put you aground. Tell you what, Charlie. I'll ask Harrison to put you on as ground radio contact. It'll seem as if you're right here with us.
He won't do it, sir.
He better. I'll have him busted to corporal for letting you sneak aboard. You'll be better off, Charlie. Paulson,
Yes, sir.
I'm sending a man down from the bridge. Put him aground. Give him time to clear the launching platform.
Yes, sir.
So long, Charlie. Sorry.
Well, good luck, Skipper.
I thought you were going to have him drawn and quartered.
Been anybody else, I would have, Smitty. But Charlie, well, Charlie's kind of special. He's been with me since my first command, when we began the regular run to the moon. If he wanted to come along this time, well, it's only through loyalty to me.
You know, Lewis, I didn't realize it before, but you're almost human.
Navigation. Lieutenant Collier.
Nav control, Collier.
Lieutenant, how badly we fouled up. Can you recalculate the course, or shall I cancel the takeoff?
I've already plotted a new course on the integrator, sir.
Oh, that's quick work. Are you sure?
Positive, sir.
All right, Collier. Putting it in your hands. We'll blast off in your signal.
Lewis, isn't that a lot of responsibility for a young green officer?
Yeah, but if he can't do his job, I'd rather find out now than at the galactic barrier. Bridge to engine room. Ready your rockets. Prepare to blast off on navigator's signal. How are we doing, Collier?
Coming on the bearing, sir. 4, 3, 2, 0. We've intersected the course vector.
That's good work, Collier.
Course corrected, sir. Ready to go into atomic overdrive anytime you say.
All right, stand by. Now hear this. Prepare for maximum acceleration. Bridge to engine room. Kill your rockets.
Rockets out.
Fire up number 1 cyclotron.
Number 1 ready.
Fire up number 2.
Number 2 ready.
Engineering, withdraw your dampening rods.
Fission chamber ready. Blast tubes are clear.
Ready. Take it on overdrive. How are we doing, Collier?
On course, sir. She's running hot and true.
Well, my compliments, Lieutenant. This job would have done your father credit. He was the best navigation officer I ever saw.
Thank you, sir.
Start your gyros, put her on robot control. All right, ship is yours, Mr. Collier. If you need me, I'll be in Dr. Smithson's office.
Yes, sir.
You can thank young Collier for that. Chip off the old block.
Oh, you knew his father, huh?
Matter of fact, I knew him very well. First-rate spaceman.
Is he the one who,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he was lost in the galactic barrier on the second ship we sent out to Boulder.
Louis, just what do you think this galactic barrier is?
Your guess is as good as mine, Doc. All I know is that 5 ships have gone into it, and none of them have come back out.
You think it's an it. How about Mestrovic's theory that it's a time warp in space, but that the ships reach it and slip into another dimension?
I think that's rubbish. My theory is that the galactic barrier is nothing more than a radioactive layer of some kind.
What makes you say that?
Well, we know that radar signals bounce off it like they were hitting an invisible glass wall. And we know it destroys our ships and our crews in some way. There's no other logical explanation.
What makes you think we can get through it?
Because we're ready for it. The others weren't. Entire hull is completely shielded with lead. We can crack through any radioactive cloud ever detected. Besides, we're equipped with some new UHF radio devices that should enable us to maintain radio contact with Earth. Nothing can happen. Absolutely nothing.
Who are you trying to convince, Louis?
Myself, I suppose. Smitty, 5 ships are missing. And men like Prentice and Margetson and young Collier's father. I'm tired of seeing good men fed into that meat chopper.
Then why are we going?
We haven't any choice, Smitty. We're in a race. Kind of race where men and ships are expendable.
Well, at least it won't be boring. I'll have to play physician morale builder and mother substitute for 112 slightly nervous men.
Your morale doesn't sound too good, Doctor.
As morale officer, I can state without fear of contradiction. It's terrible. And something tells me that as we approach that galactic barrier, I'm not going to be alone.
And I'm back. So, sounds like Charlie and Captain someone, I totally missed his name, right over my head, they're in space. It's some crazy future where they have some things called atomic overdrive. And sounds like they're trying to pass the galactic barrier. The galactic barrier has been eating up ships, it sounds like. So hopefully it's not going to eat up them. I imagine it's going to be some alien presence. He said it's like their radars bounce off of it like it's glass. Ships get destroyed when they approach it. Sounds like an alien ship to me. Anyway, so like I said earlier, the Nintendo Switch came out today, and I'm just going to run through the launch lineup here. It looks like 12 games released for the Nintendo Switch today. At the top of that list, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This game is, in just the 2 days that it's been reviewed, since the review embargo lifted, in just those 2 days, it's already one of the best reviewed games of all time. To give you any idea of what is in store for you. If I was thinking to myself coming up to this release that The Legend of Zelda, in order to make the Switch a successful thing, that is going to need to be a $300 game, because there's virtually nothing on the Switch except for The Legend of Zelda. And it sounds like that's kind of okay. If The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, if that's worth $300 to play to you, then by all means. But for me, I'd rather wait until that lineup is a little bit fleshed out and I can grab 2 or 3 games immediately out of the box. But anyway, the launch lineup, the games that released today: 1-2 Switch. That's a series of mini games played with the Joy-Con controllers and their motion sensing technology, their rumble technology, their all-around versatility. The Fast RMX, I imagine it's a racing game. Just Dance, a dance simulator, obviously. Human Resource Machine, that's a time management strategy game. I Am Setsuna, from what I remember, that's a top-down kind of RPG roguelike game. Breath of the Wild, obviously. Little Inferno, I haven't heard anything about that. Shovel Knight, I've played Shovel Knight. That's an amazing game. I played it on the 3DS. Amazing. A lot of fun, that game. It's a great one. But having it on a TV console, I foregoed buying it on the PlayStation because to me, a bit based game like that, side-scrolling pixel art game, feels more appropriate on a handheld rather than full HD. I feel like it's missing something. Skylanders Imaginators. Skylanders are those collectible figures that you've seen everywhere. You can buy these figures and use them as your fighting creatures. It's some kind of fighting game, collectible fighting game. Snipper Clips. Snipper Clips. That's the name of the video game. That's I've never heard of that. Super Bomberman R came out today with the Nintendo Switch. They've revived Bomberman, which gives me hope that they'll be reviving everything for the Switch. Let me just tell you how badly I want to see a Metroid or a Star Fox video game again. Please bring it into the next generation. Make it amazing. I want an open world, an open universe, Mass Effect type Star Fox game. That's, oh man. I have dreams, distant dreams. World of Goo as well came out. Never heard of that one. Sounds gooey. That's all today, March 3rd. Moving into the future, in March and spring, you've got ARMS coming to the Nintendo Switch. ARMS is a boxing game where the arms can stretch out and bend and reach and kind of snake along toward your opponent. And again, that really utilizes, from what I can tell, utilizes the motion controls of the Nintendo Switch. Has Been Heroes is coming out. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe will be coming out April 28th. April 28th. That's probably the day that I will pick up a Nintendo Switch so I can get Mario Kart 8 with Legend of Zelda both at once and just be happy. I'd really like to see more racers on Mario Kart, but I think the lineup the way it is nice. I'd really like them to get into the size of their Super Smash Bros. Lineup. But for Mario Kart, I want to drive as Falco. Anyway, Puyo Puyo Tetris. That's a thing, apparently. And Snipper Clips. Cut It Out Together is coming in March, spring of this year for the Switch. In summer, we've got a game called Rhyme. I think that's by the same makers of the Mac game Myst from way back when, if you remember that. And this summer, Splatoon 2 is coming to the Switch. Splatoon was a breakout success for the Wii and Wii U. It is a paintball-based video game with really charming aesthetics and design. The characters are bubbly and kind of gooey, and they just get covered in paint, and it looks like a blast, a load of fun. Bright neon colors, very fun-looking game. Now, in the distance, there are a few games that have been confirmed to be in development for the Switch. These include, and I'm going to paraphrase and jump through here, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is coming to the Switch. A handheld version of that game would be incredible. I don't think I would put it down. Fire Emblem Warriors, FIFA, Minecraft. That is a must for any console these days. Minecraft is an explosion, a cultural phenomenon. Minecraft has become. Rayman Legends, again, Nintendo with the trend of reviving dead franchises. Rayman looks to be coming to the Switch. Skyrim will be coming to the Switch in tentatively fall of 2017. Sonic Mania, again with the revival of a dying franchise. Steep, never heard of that. Don't know why I read it out. Super Mario Odyssey. This one looks incredible. Mario, if you've seen the release video of this where he's dancing around in the streets with other normal-sized real people, it's hilarious. And then Bowser is dressed like a pimp. He's got a white suit on and some crazy like dew cap. I don't know, and a cane. He's got a pimp cane and gold shoes. This is Bowser that we're talking about. And his hair's like slicked back. A top hat, not a dew. I don't know. What am I saying? A white top hat, a white suit, gold shoes, and a cane Bowser has in this game, in the trailer they showed. And that is worth my $50 to me. That's just my opinion. I'm not forcing anything on you. So Super Mario Odyssey looks to be a lot of fun. Looks to have a lot of variety in it. The name implies that he's going to be traveling all over multiple dimensions. You're not just going to be in the Mushroom Kingdom this whole time. It's probably going to be one of those Toad's going to pop up and be sorry. Peach is not here. She's in a different country. Sorry, Peach isn't here. She's in a different dimension. X. I don't know why that happened. Ultra Street Fighter 2 is coming to the Switch. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 also coming to the Switch in the future. And The Binding of Isaac, what looks to be kind of a gothic drama-based video game. Very narrative kind of play there. If any of those sound great to you, then great. But for me, I'm kind of waiting for a more solid, a more enticing lineup. To me, at the moment, buying the Switch just to play Zelda, $300 investment for one game, more or less a $300 video game. It's just not feasible, in my opinion. But anyway, we're going to get back into Dimension X. We're going to listen to this team of spacemen approach the galactic barrier. Galactic barrier. I'll be right back.
Cloud calling Earth. Star Cloud to Earthbound. Can you read me?
Hello, Star Cloud. Hiya, Captain.
Charlie! Well, I see they haven't court-martialed you yet.
No, sir. Thanks to you.
Well, Charlie, it's good to hear you. You can read us the funny papers on Sunday morning.
Right.
How's the signal?
Strong. Clears the bell.
All right, here's our log report for Colonel Harrison. Ready?
Shoot.
June 2nd, 1987. 4 weeks out from Earth, running true, no radiation, operation normal, still making our approach to the galactic barrier. That's all, Charlie. See you later.
Good luck, Captain. I sure wish I was with you.
How's the morale, Smitty?
Well, the men know we're getting closer to the barrier. They're beginning to show a little tension, Lewis.
How's their physical condition? Any sickness?
About half the crew has come down with space blues.
Badly?
Oh, same as usual. Lips and hands with a bluish cast. Eyes sensitive to infrared.
I don't know. When I first started flying these tin cans, nobody ever heard of space blue.
Well, there's a new theory that is caused by the terrific acceleration of these atomic overdrive ships. The change in gravity affects the circulation.
What do you think?
Oh, I think it's psychosomatic. I've noticed that the same men who get space blues under tension on a ship tend to get blue coloration back on Earth when they're upset. I guess it's an occupational disease of space navigators.
You think it's just nerves, then?
I don't know. But young Collier has a bad case. I think it's tension from overwork.
Maybe he needs some vitamins.
Lewis, when will you realize that vitamins are not the panacea for all the troubles of mankind?
Come in. Oh, Lieutenant Collins.
Sir, I understand you've relieved me from duty.
Dr. Smithson says that you aren't looking very well. I'm giving you a rest.
I feel perfectly able to continue, sir.
Your lips are as blue as Minnetonka.
I'd like to remain at my post, Captain.
Don't be foolhardy, Lieutenant.
I'm not being foolhardy, sir. I have a special personal reason for wanting this expedition to reach Volta.
Your father?
Yes, sir.
You think he might still be alive?
I have to find out what happened, sir.
I think I understand. Very well, Collier. Report back to duty.
This portion of WRUULP Savannah Soundings programming is made possible by a grant from Well Fed, a food, dining, and sustainable living magazine, available at locations around Savannah and online at wellfedsavannah.com.
What's the reading, Paulson?
We're getting a +5 radar bounce now. It's coming off the barrier almost as fast as we send it out.
What's the interval?
0.3 of a second. Shortening steadily. At this rate, we'll hit the wall in the next few minutes.
All right, alert the crew. Sound general quarters.
Now hear this. Condition red. We are now approaching the galactic barrier. All hands to stations. All radiation detectors to be fully manned. Full security will prevail until further notice. That is all.
Paulson.
Aye, sir.
Radar bounces up to +6. We better try to make final contact with Earth. Spark's still trying to raise the base?
Yes, sir, but he's not having much luck. There seems to be some interference. That's the radio room now. Yes? You've got him? Cut in the bridge speaker. The captain will take it from here.
Hello. Star Cloud to Earthbound. Can you hear me, Earth?
Hello, Skipper. I can barely read you. We're getting heavy static from sunspots.
That's not sunspots. We're right on top of the galactic barrier. Stick with us, Charlie. We're switching to the automatic sender now so you can track us in.
Okay.
If we crack the barrier and come through still in one piece, I'll try to get back to you on the high-frequency band.
Gotcha, Skipper. Don't worry. I'll be waiting.
So long, Charlie.
So long, Star Cloud.
We must be getting awfully close now, Captain. The echo's bouncing back so fast it's almost beating the signal.
When they coincide, hold onto your hat. That's when we run into the wall.
Any second.
Hold on.
Well, here goes nothing.
Here it comes.
Captain?
Why, nothing happened.
We made it. We made it, Captain. No radiation, no time warp, no nothing. The crew's gone crazy, sir.
Let them. They earned it. Say, Doc, can you break out a few bottles of snake bite serum for medicinal purposes?
I sure can, Lewis.
This calls for a celebration. How's your morale now?
Couldn't be better. How's yours?
Condition
Hey, what?
red.
What
Radiation detected. Condition red. Radiation detected.
Good. Holy mackerel. Look at the needle on that indicator.
Paulson.
I see it, Captain. We're picking radiation like crazy.
What's it like?
It's a strong wave.
What kind is it?
I don't know. It's too long for a cosmic ray and too short for UHF.
All right, track it down. Triangulate it. Make it fast. I want a directional fix.
Yes, sir.
Engine room.
Yes, sir.
We're picking up radioactivity. Is it the fission chambers?
No leaks, sir.
Check your gauges.
Nothing here, Captain. Must be coming from outside.
Damage control.
Yes, sir.
Is our lead shield leaking radiation?
Haven't found anything yet, sir.
All right, keep at it. Paulson, how you doing?
I've got a fix, Captain.
Well, what is it?
I'll have to recheck my figures.
Well, hurry up.
The angle is correct, but I don't...
Come on, man, for Pete's sake.
It's right, sir.
What's right? Speak up. Where's the radiation coming from?
It's coming from inside this ship.
That's impossible.
No, sir. I've checked it twice.
Well, then, there's only one thing left to do. Paulson, get a Geiger counter. We're going to start combing the ship inch by inch.
Ready, sir.
All right, turn it on now.
Yes, sir.
We'll check the atomic guns first. Cut through the officers' quarters to ordnance. Come on.
Wait a minute, sir.
What is it?
Signal's weaker now.
Let's go back. Hold it. Seems strongest right about here.
It doesn't make sense.
Whose cabin is it?
Lieutenant Collier's.
Collier?
It's probably down in nav control, sir.
Try the door.
It's not locked, sir. It's in here, all right. Listen to that counter. Strongest over here.
Open that wall cabinet.
It's locked.
Smash it. All right, shut off the Geiger counter. What do you make of this, Paulinson?
It looks like some sort of portable transmitter, sir. Must be foreign manufacture. I don't recognize the calibration symbols at all. Never seen anything like it.
Which raises a small question. What is Lieutenant Collier doing with a transmitter in his cabin?
I don't know, sir.
Well, I intend to find out, Paulson. Get down to nav control. Bring Collier up to the bridge. On the double.
Well, hadn't we better find some way to shut this thing off first?
I know a way. Lieutenant Collier, I'm going to ask a few simple questions, and I want a few simple answers.
Yes, sir.
What were you doing with the transmitter in your cabin?
Transmitter, Captain?
You know nothing about it?
No, sir, I don't.
Do you recognize these calibration symbols?
No, sir.
Can you think of how it might have been placed in your cabin without your knowing it?
No, sir. Unless someone came in while I was on duty.
Would that have been possible?
Why, I suppose if someone had a key...
I found your cabin door unlocked.
I meant a key to the wall cabinet.
I didn't say the wall cabinet.
Well, sir, I...
You what, Lieutenant? How could you have known it was in the wall cabinet?
I just assumed.
Lieutenant Collier, I find it hard to believe you would lie. Having known and respected your father and having observed the way you handled your job. However, I intend to get to the root of this thing. May I have your wristwatch, Lieutenant?
Sir?
Your wristwatch.
Here, sir.
Paulson, turn on that Geiger counter.
Yes, sir.
Hold this watch next to it.
Yes, sir.
That's all. Lieutenant, if you hadn't any close contact with that transmitter, how do you explain the radioactivity of this watch?
I don't, sir.
I think you'd better. To whom were you sending those signals?
Condition red. Condition red.
There's your answer, Captain.
What is it, Collier?
Alien spaceship approaching. Alien spaceship approaching.
Sound battle stations. Collier, who's aboard that ship? All right, now talk, man.
Very well, Captain. My mission seems complete.
Your mission? Are you admitting that you're an agent of a foreign power?
I am stating it.
What nation?
No nation, Captain.
What?
I am an agent of the Voltan government.
The what?
The government of the planet of Volta.
You're crazy.
Are you so stupid that you think your people are the only ones who can invade another planet?
What do you mean?
We've had agents operating on Earth since 1945.
I don't believe you.
What do you think happened to those 5 ships, Captain? Where do you suppose we got our information, your language, your culture, family background?
But your appearance, you look...
Like Commander Collier? Is that so surprising, Captain? We had a living model.
I ought to kill you.
That would be very foolish. I would advise you to surrender without delay.
Alien ship now coming in ordnance range.
I'll deal with you later, Collier. Paulson,
Sir?
put this man in irons. Take him away.
Don't worry, sir. We'll take good care of him. Carpenter! Robinson!
Gunner.
I'm back. That's amazing. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Not what I expected. So it is aliens, it sounds like, but aliens from the inside. Are you so stupid to think that you're the only one who can invade planets? Is what he said. Very interesting. Very interesting. But you look just like Captain Collett. And he says, do you really think that's so absurd? We had a living model, he says. It's very interesting topic. That you can build a person to look like another person if you've had the things to do it. Possibly 3D print a person. That's interesting. That's like a comic I've been working on. So the comic is set in space, pretty much, all over different planets. The only recurring character in every issue is a spaceship, a sentient, talking, breathing, not technically breathing, talking, processing machine intelligence on this spaceship that can 3D print android companions for itself and imbue them with intelligence of their own so that they can go on, so that the androids, so that the androids can live out specific instructions by their creator. It's a very interesting topic. The androids all die at the end of every issue. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing that I can write from here to eternity. You can find more about that at the Spectrum website. That's spectrum.myshopify.com. And if you would like to listen to this live broadcast, this specific show is a recorded broadcast, then you can find it online. It's a podcast on the same website mentioned a moment ago. That is Spectrum, spectrem.myshopify.com. Spectrum.myshopify.com. Getting back to the Nintendo Switch discussion, this console looks like a lot of fun, I think. Like I said earlier, the one game thing at the moment, I don't know if it's worth chucking out all that money just to play Legend of Zelda. But from what the reviewers are making it sound like, yes, it absolutely is. Because this game seemed, like I said, in just 2 days, it's already the best reviewed video game nearly of all time. It's got so many tens across the board. The only thing anyone can say that's bad about it is whenever things are particularly hectic inside of the game, there might be a slight frame rate hiccup or drop, and that kind of breaks the immersion. It's said, though, that particular glitch, that hiccup, has not soured the gameplay in any way. Interesting. It sounds like a lot of fun to play. The Legend of Zelda, most people are saying the game says yes. It says yes. If you want to climb this mountain, yes, you can. If you want to swim across this river, you can. If you want to steal this person's food, you can do that. If you want to you want to burn a meadow, you can do that. Chop a tree down, build a raft, you can do that. The game is about survival, and it gives you every opportunity to diminish and then regrow, to regain your inventory by cooking, by breaking your weapons break periodically throughout the game, and you're constantly picking up new ones and moving on to the next thing, and enemies get tougher, and they have Dark Souls-esque qualities to them, in that they all have very specific maneuvers and intelligence to how they attack you. It's just the game. It's something I would very much like to play. But again, it's $300. I may just put it on a GameSpot credit card. Don't hold that against me. But okay, now we're gonna get into a wish list of video games for the Switch. Number one for me, like I said earlier, a Star Fox game, a true Star Fox iteration on the next gen console, not any kind of rehash like Star Fox Zero that came for the 3DS recently, almost like a virtual console type deal. Not anything like that. I want to see a full bore, put me in deep space, give me Mass Effect with Star Fox. I want Nintendo to move to deep space and do something cool with it. Give me a Star Fox Galaxy, one writer said, and that made the thought has me drooling. It's exciting. Another game I would like to see, and that also fits in with my sci-fi kind of shtick, a new Metroid game would be amazing. I'd like to see a Metroid titled video game. I really want the option to play a Zero Suit Samus because, of course, she's cooler than the armored Samus, not because she's super hot. Anyway, moving on. A new Metroid game. That would be a lot of fun. Possibly even something like more pixel art based could be cool. Not a side scroller per se, though. I think that could be fun if it was if Nintendo figured out how somehow to shake that formula up and do something exotic with that. That could be interesting. Moving on, a proper new Mario Kart game, not a extension of things we've already seen, but an actual step forward for Mario Kart would be interesting. Obviously, the Mario game coming, the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game coming for the Switch is a mega letdown for me because I guess I never played Mario Kart 8. I had 7, and it seemed... Did I have 7? I think so. I had 7 for the 3DS, and it was quite a fun game. I would go through and beat all my best times on the laps. I'd make sure I got 3 stars on every track. In the 150cc, basically the difficulty. I played on the highest difficulty and got the best time, or beat the computer's set best time for each difficulty, low, medium, high, and basically I played the crap out of that Mario Kart game, and I'd love to do that again. If I had the opportunity to do so. Let's see. What else? Pokemon could be an interesting move to the Switch. I'd like to see something more along the lines of like a Coliseum or a Pokken tournament. If you haven't seen the Pokken tournament, where Mewtwo and Lucario and things like that and those kinds of characters are fighting against each other, and you control these characters as if it was almost like a fast-paced fighting game, like Mortal Kombat or like a Naruto type fighting game, maybe even Dragon Ball Xenoverse. type fighting game. That looks like an amazing thing to me. I'd love to see that on the Switch, like a Pokken tournament game on the Switch. I would probably drop everything and buy it tomorrow if that came out. Anyway, I obviously, if you haven't figured this out, for me, the Star Fox thing is a must. The Switch needs a Star Fox game. All other platforms also need Star Fox games, but that'll never happen. Need and wants and things we get are all very, very different. But so that's a short little wish list for me. Just that, really. There are some other things that might be cool. Maybe some kind of Portal sequel for the Switch, making use of those Joy-Con controllers might be interesting to see and play. Maybe an F-Zero Falcon game. That could be a lot of fun. Kind of a futuristic, super high speed, high energy racing game. Could be a good time. All in all, I'm excited about the Nintendo Switch, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it kind of grows and its lineup kind of develops along the way, and as more people adopt it, how useful the Joy-Con controllers are really going to prove, and this portability, this instant 2-player portable gaming machine can function. At the moment, we haven't seen any of that because we don't have any games that can really will work for that. Zelda is obviously not a 2-player game. The 1-2 Switch could work, but it's kind of mini game based. I don't see myself being able to really draw someone in and play with me. I think if I had a Mario Kart game in my pocket and said, hey, here's this controller, race me real quick, that we could go a few rounds, no problem, and I think that would make for some really fun times. But without further ado, let's dive back into Dimension X and let's find out what happens to this because of this as a direct result of this alien invasion.
10,000 meters are closing fast.
Put your guns on radar tracking.
Tracking. Coming on a burn.
Fire. Fire. Richardson, you hear me? Fire. What's the matter down there? Did you hear me? Richardson, answer me.
It's no use to shout, Captain.
Collier.
Yes, Captain.
How'd you get loose? Where's Paulison?
Lieutenant Paulison is dead.
All stations. Lieutenant Collier has escaped. Seize him, man.
Don't waste your breath. Your men can't hear you, Captain.
What?
Those still alive are my men.
You're lying.
No, Captain. Every ship that has ever left Earth was controlled by a Voltan crew.
That's impossible. Those were hand-picked men.
Handpicked by us.
I don't believe you.
Then why not call for help?
Carpenter, Robinson, Haley, report. Carpenter, Robinson.
You see, Captain, it is quite useless. I would advise you to sit very quietly and do nothing.
It isn't possible. They can't all be dead. Smitty! Dr. Smithson! Smitty, what have they done to you? Oh, those dirty... Don't talk, Smitty.
Closer. Not much time. Lewis. Space blues.
Space blues. What is it, Smitty? What are you trying to tell me?
All men with space blues. Voltans.
Here, let me help you, Smitty.
No, Lewis. Get message back to Earth. Voltan. Fifth column. Watch out for space blues.
Smitty. Smitty.
Hello? Hello? Star Cloud calling Earthbound.
Please, God, let me get through before it's too late.
Hello, Star Cloud to Earthbound. Come in, please. Come in, please. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me, Charlie?
Skipper, is that you?
Are you getting my signal?
It's coming in a little louder now, Skip. Keep sending.
Thank God, Charlie. Now listen to me. Not much time. Get word to Colonel Harrison. Crew mutinied. Most of crew members, Voltons.
What?
Voltons.
Spell that.
V-O-L.
Voltans?
That's right. They're from the planet Volta.
Skipper, are you all right?
Charlie, this is serious. They'll be here any second now. Listen. They have a fifth column on Earth. They're planning to invade you.
You don't mean it.
Of course I mean it. Tell Harrison that they're posing as humans. You can detect them by space blues. You got that? Only Voltons get space blues. Charlie, do you hear me?
Space Blue. I get you.
Step back in, Charlie. I'm depending on you now. Warn everybody.
Captain!
They've opened the door. Go on, Charlie. Tell Harrison
Captain! Captain Thorson! Hello! Hello, Star Cloud, come in!
That was a beautiful
What's
screen.
the trouble, Sergeant?
We're just trying to raise the Star Cloud, Colonel.
Had any luck?
No, sir. No contact.
No contact?
No, sir.
Nearly an hour since they hit the galactic barrier. I don't understand why they haven't tried to get back a message.
No, sir. Neither do I.
All right. I'll take over for a while.
Yes, sir. Go right ahead, sir.
You'd better go out and get yourself some coffee. Charlie, you look a little blue around the gills.
Charlie's an alien. Repeat, Charlie is an
You
alien.
have just heard No Contact, an adventure in time, space, and the unknown. Dimension X.
Been doing that all day.
Next week,
Next week,
we have a nice, blood-curdling little story that starts with these two sentences. The last man alive on Earth sat alone in a room. And then there was a knock on the door.
What?
Which raises the question, what knocked on the door? Left to its own devices, the human mind supplies a vaguely horrible answer. But it wasn't so horrible.
Ghost.
Really. You'll see next week when we present Knock.
Knock. Next week. So the only man left on Earth sits in a room alone. Then hears a knock at the door. What could it be? Next week on Spectrum Sci-Fi. So I've got 5 minutes left here. I'm just going to run through a few things. Yesterday, the movie Logan, Old Man, based on the comic Old Man Logan, came out. That movie, directed by James Mangold, has been receiving rave reviews, praising it for its dark, desperate, and brutal storytelling that is violent and all around, capturing audiences and film reviewers, film critics, I should say, across the nation. Very interesting stuff. Also, Nier Automata, the game with the gorgeous, super hot android thing, wearing pantyhose and the weird maid outfit and the black thing over her face and the white hair. That game, the one that if you pull out if you drop a certain thing out of your inventory, it's called like an AI chip or something like that. If you pull that out of your inventory because you're an android, then your character dies, and that's a way that you can commit suicide in the game. Anyway, Moving on, BioWare makes a few Mass Effect releases. I've seen the interviews with a character from Game of Thrones. What's the girl's name? Oh man, of course now I forget. Something. It starts with an N, maybe. I don't know. A character from Game of Thrones has been hired. Was hired to voice act for Mass Effect, and she loves it. She says the character is great. The interview was sweet. She's very, very charming young lady. Horizon Zero Dawn has been out now for I think a week, and this game is receiving rave reviews as well. Great time for video games right now. This is a sci-fi game featuring robot dinosaurs and a very Merida from Brave like leading lady in Alloy. Very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. So that's about all of the news that I could pick out for you guys. Microsoft apparently is bringing the Xbox back bringing the 80s back with a new plan for Xbox domination. The idea is to open up the Xbox 360, or is it the Xbox One? What is happening here? Let me dig here for a second. What am I reading? What am I even looking at? Of course, I don't have it open. Good Lord. I'm in a mess. I'm in a tizzy. I told you this show tonight is pre-recorded. I'm at the moment, I'm at GnomeCon, and as this show is recorded right now, I am sitting here in the studio thinking about GnomeCon and all the stinking crap that I have to do to prepare for it. So, I guess what I'm saying is I'm going to cut it short here and go get some of that done. If you like this, how about this? I'll do a donation promo. Corporate donation promo. As a business. If as a business you enjoy our programming on WRUU-LP, please support the station with a donation. Let your customers, neighbors, and friends know that you share our vision of building a thriving community based on diverse, vibrant radio programming. As a business partner, our listeners will know you support Savannah's only broad-based community radio station. Become a tower sponsor or underwriter. To check out the levels of corporate sponsorship and to donate, go to www.ruu.org/corporate. Again, to check out the levels of corporate sponsorship and to donate, go to www.ruu.org/corporate. Thank you for listening to and supporting WRUU-LP. Again, my name is Keith Baudry. This is the Spectrum Sci-Fi Show, closing out here in the last few seconds. You have been listening to WRUU-LP, Savannah, Georgia, 107.5 FM, WRUU.org. We are Savannah Soundings Community Radio with Global Soul. I'll see you next. Tune in next week. I'll see you next week. Spectrum Sci-Fi taking you to the moon.